Hello, Damien. This is Alyssa with Patriot Marketing. We had reached out to you earlier today, my husband had, and we got a hold of you and promised this free custom video. Anyways, here it is. We just wanted to provide you some value and some tips and tricks on how to really maximize your traffic and business online. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I do want to point out a couple of things that I really liked about your guys' website. I like the pictures here of all the work that you've done, examples of some of the stuff that you've done. Land development is a lot of stuff. You know, you got a whole long list of things that you actually provide, which is really good. I also liked this contact form. Also it has your email here, your phone number. This service form here helps you get in contact with your potential clients faster. I might suggest, my suggestion for this placement though would be maybe to move this up here, so because people are lazy and they're not gonna want to scroll all the way down just to get to that. I do like that you have a link to your Facebook and Instagram as well. But as for that, also maybe adding click to call. When people are already taking the time out of their day to call you, so if you would have that on here and people would click on it, and when they're already taking that time to call you, they're more likely to convert over as a client. And having that at the top is really good. My main focus here, though, for my first tip for you would be to add more content to your website. And content, I noticed that there wasn't a whole lot of it. And content is anything I can highlight, whether it be text or images. In this case, I'd be talking about the text. You have a lot of great images of your work that you've done. And the reason why you want a lot of content is so that you can rank for a lot of different keywords. I decided to focus on pole building Spokane, Washington, just because I noticed that is one of the services that you offer with the pole barn construction. So you guys do pole buildings, and the thing is with this, there is a lot of volume to be had here, 540 search volume combined with all of these different keywords. These have their own individual search volumes per month as well. But you want to rank for these keywords because when people search for these kind of things, if you don't have these keywords within your content, you're not going to come up under their search. And so it's really important to put yourself in a position to be found. And if you don't have these in your content, the people who are searching these are not going to be able to find you. And how you would put yourself in a position to be found would be to have a website with a lot of content containing the keywords you want and need to be found for. I would even go as far as maybe even saving these images as those keywords and then re-uploading them to your website, so then that image now counts as content towards your website. It's a really sneaky way to insert a keyword without actually putting it into your text. And the reason why content and keywords is so crucial for a website to rank in Google is because when Google crawls your website, they not only see that you have the content there, but you also have the keyword verbatim within it, and it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently, because Google believes that the more content that you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And at the end of the day, their whole goal is that whoever is searching on their platform finds what they are looking for. So somebody was searching for pole building Spokane, Washington, and you didn't, they're going to list everybody higher in Google that they deem to be more of an expert than the one, or also known as has more content on their website than the ones who don't have as much content on their website, even if the ones with less content have more experience in their field and are more of an expert. So that's just how Google works, unfortunately. So long story short, the more content you have on your website, the more likely you are to be found, because Google wants the people searching on their platform to find the information that they need. So that would be my first tip for you. I am going to move on to my second tip for you, and that would be to build upon this Google business profile. It would really maximize the amount of traffic you'd be getting to your website, and just increase your business online with that. And what I mean by that is when people search for any given keyword, there's a lot of ways in which they can convert over as a client. First of all, and I'm going to go over to this next tab, it isn't your field of work and it is not the area that you are in. However, it does have these first things that I'm going to talk about because I want you to see what they look like. You have these local ads here. They're always at the top above the Google ads. They capture the people who click on the very first thing that they see. Also, they are Google guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount, so if something happens or goes wrong, the people using the local ads trust that Google will make it right monetarily. Also, when you hover your mouse over these local ads, there's a little drop down of the company's phone number. And as I was talking about with the click to call, when people click on that and they're already taking the time of day to call you, they're more likely to convert over as a client. So these have high conversion rates. I'm going to go back over here because the rest of what I'm going to talk about with the Google business profile is on here. The Google ads are located under the local ads. They do not have as high of a conversion rate. However, because of where they're located here, they actually put you in a position to be seen by a lot of different people. And they're also a lot cheaper than the local ads. The Google Map Pack here, the people who search this way, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. I am also one of these people. I also like to see how far I have to drive to get somewhere to a particular company. But anyways, with that said, there's the people listed in the Google Map Pack can pull up to 40% of the traffic coming in on a keyword. It's almost guaranteed to them, basically. So if we took a keyword that has a search volume of 400, you're looking at 160 going straight to your competitors. That's a good chunk of that traffic just being gobbled up by the Google Map Pack here. So this is actually good to be like in this top 3 position here. But the rest of that 60% trickles throughout this page on Google. And that's where ranking organically comes in. The concept for that is pretty simple. The higher you're ranking in Google, the more traffic and business you're going to be getting from that. So these people here are doing a lot better than the ones down here, and people rarely go to that second page of Google. So it's really important to, when it comes to ranking organically, that you're ranking high enough in order to be on this first page of Google in order to get that traffic there to your website. Which brings me to my third and final tip for you. In order to rank organically and be on that first page of Google, you do need to build the strength of your website. And in order to build the strength of your website, you will need to add backlinks and referring domains. I have your website plugged into this tool called Ahrefs that shows me where you're at in your online presence. Backlinks, unfortunately, are not all created equal. You have good quality backlinks and poor quality ones. You don't have any backlinks. If you had backlinks, I would suggest any zeros you would replace with higher quality backlinks. But because you don't have any, we're not going to delve into that. But referring domains, the best way to describe what that is, say you provided some services for somebody and they decided to blog about the services you provided them, and there's a link in their blog back to your website. That would count as a referring domain. Those can pack a lot of power, and the more power you have with those, the higher these numbers are going to be. You generally want a 1-to-1 ratio with UR and DR, and as high of a number as possible. Generally with contractors and construction in general, we're wanting to see them in the 20s, 30s, 40s range. You're at a 0 because you don't have any backlinks, referring domains. You don't have any organic keywords, and you're not getting any traffic to your website, unfortunately. So that's where you're at. I'm going to have you take a look at one of your competitors. I decided to use these guys. They're ranking organically in the #1 spot here for pole building Spokane, Washington keyword. So these guys, this is their website. Not very pretty, but they do have more content here. They also have a click to call right here and a contact us that's at the top. So those help with conversions. But what I really wanted you to see was where they're at in their online presence. So they are in the 20s range where you are, DR 16, almost a 1-to-1 ratio, but not quite. They're in the 20s range, which is good. Let's take a look at their backlinks. I can probably guarantee that not all of those are high quality. Their highest quality is a 16. We scroll down here, they're already into the single digits by the end of this page. I'm going to reverse this and show you see how many zeros they have. But 16 is not as high of a quality as you could. They're definitely reachable. They have a lot of zeros here, and a lot of single digits. So not very good quality backlinks for them. They are definitely beatable. They're referring domains. With referring domains, so I'm going to kind of explain and go a little bit deeper with this. So some of these referring domains have more power than others. The higher the number these are, the more power they have, and the more trusted by Google they are. So they actually help you a lot with ranking. They do have some zeros here. 78 is like the highest power one that I'm seeing here. But they only have like 2 pages of referring domains, basically here, and that's just the only one here. So basically 1 page of referring domains. They don't have too many, so they're definitely beatable. Only 51 referring domains. But they are ranking for 373 keywords and generating organic traffic of 291. So with traffic, you want to definitely not rank so much for your name. They are ranking for their name. Here, everyone's going to rank for their name, but they are primarily ranking for Spokane pole buildings, steel building Spokane, pole building Spokane, Washington, metal building Spokane, Washington. All these service keywords that narrows their audience down to the field of work that they do, the services that they offer, and the area that they serve. So with that said, you don't want something that's going to be a national keyword that just says pole barn buildings. Like this one's a national keyword because it doesn't limit it to just that area. So somebody was searching and they're from Seattle and they're looking for this service. They might pass through the website, but they're not going to convert over as a client because they're not in the area. So that would count as an irrelevant traffic. You would want these more narrowed ones on here because the one that says Spokane, Washington, or the areas around Spokane, Washington, that would really just help people convert over as a client. And also the reason why you don't want to rank for your name as much is because people are looking for the services that you offer, not your name. So it's very important to keep that in mind. There's a lot of different things in which you can do to really bump yourself up in Google without that content and organic keywords, without those backlinks and referring domains. People aren't able to find you online. And so it's really important, you're really limiting yourself when it comes to getting business from your website. I hope this has been helpful and informative. If you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely reach out to my husband or I. We would love to get in touch with you in whatever time works best for you, to see how we can help you out in any way that we can. And so with that, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.